Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where I'll be breaking down the big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond and get some daily fantastic trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of long term and short term setups, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back once again. And you can see today we had some earnings. United Health Group, this thing crashed, took Dow Jones with it. Boeing, UPS, Kramer was absolutely spot on with his bullish thesis on UPS. End of the day, I think it was like around 12:30, 1 p.m., somewhere there when it was trading at $112. I took 110 puts, and these puts went to the moon. It was fantastic, but again, thanks to Kramer. GM, absolutely hitting out of the park, exploded. Then we got more earnings coming out tomorrow morning. ASML, we got GE, we got AT&T, and then after closing, we have Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, Lam Research, IBM. That's another big one. Thursday morning, MasterCard, Caterpillar. Thursday after closing, we have Apple, and then the stock that is doing it all, Sandisk, will report earnings Thursday after closing. Now, what do we got tomorrow? Well, if you look at my screen, we have FOMC and then the press conference. And I don't think that's going to do much unless Powell actually, talks about some things where market does not like it, which is not the case. I don't think so. Market sitting at all-time highs again. S&P hitting all-time highs today, and that's the thing that we are gonna deal with tomorrow. We also have a government shutdown that's coming very soon, starting Saturday. Partial government shutdown. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, what market did today, you can see advancing 51%. So definitely, a lot of stocks were trading higher today. Dow absolutely getting crushed down over 400 points. Then we have Nasdaq over 215 points, up 0.91%, S&P up 0.41%, Russell up 0.28%. 11 sectors, pretty much all in the green except healthcare here. Energy led the way, so risk off, utilities, and then we have technology. Stock market map, what do we have here on stock market map? We got some big names going up. Amazon up 2.63%, Apple up 1.12%. Remember, I made the video where Apple RSI was showing like 20 or 21, something like that. And I was saying that Apple will bounce from here. Well, here you go. Apple big, move to the upside from 245. I think today was up pretty big. Microsoft up 2.19%. This one was oversold too. And Nvidia up over 1%. AMU, this thing would not stop for anybody. Once again, hitting all-time high and then backing off and pretty much closing at an all-time high. We got Broadcom finally going up today, 2.44%. Google pretty much flat, Meta flat. We got Eli Lilly going down over 2%. And you can see a lot of stress in the financial, and these things are just not doing or having a great time at this point. UNH, you can see down. That thing took a massive beating. Even right here, CVS, a lot of the healthcare stocks actually took a massive beating today. RTX was up with earnings 3.68%. And now I think we should start with Apple stock today. So let's get right onto it. And Apple stock is up just over 1%. So what happened to Apple today? You can see massive move from these levels. And guess what? We bought Apple shares. And because of earnings coming out this week, we took profit on this play today. And it was really fantastic. Just 200 shares made over almost 2 grand on these shares, because you can see the move was pretty big. We went over $261 per share today. And then we got that rejection off of this 20-day moving average. You can see it's sitting really close to 260, and now it's not even holding 259 at the end of the day. We also have a gap down here because we gapped up twice, and this is what happens. Now, when I made the video, I think two or three videos right here. Even the one I made last week, it was right about here, and I was showing you guys that it's sitting, RSI 18. You have to go far, far way back in the days to look at something like this on Apple, where it got really oversold. But from these levels, Apple can bounce. Well, fast forward today, big bounce to the upside. I mean, you can see low here, it was 243, 245 past couple days, and within just a matter of 2 days, guys, this is how big stocks they move. That's why when you take a position on these big stocks, if they go down a little bit, you cannot just get scared and just sell it for loss, and then the next thing you know, and how many times this actually happened to all of us, like you get scared, you're selling here after buying, partially possibly taking a loss, and then boom, here you go, up 10, 15, $20 in just a matter of 2 days. Look at Microsoft. So what is next? Well, you know, if this thing pulls back tomorrow, watch out. This gap can act as a support, 256.56. It could be pulling the area again. Now, if this thing gets over 259, gets over 260, and holds the 20-day as a support, we could be going towards 265, which could be a retest of this overhead supply on Apple. On Microsoft is up 2.19%, and this one was also oversold. We talked about it in my video, and look at the pump, up over $40 per share in just a matter of 4 trading days, guys. Huge move. And that's why if you're trading in the market for a long time, just like myself and some of you guys out there are trading for, 10, 15, 20 years, the big names are always better to go with. If you're trading smaller names, just trade, like, take smaller trades. These names you can trust. When they get oversold, they get a big bounce. What happened here on Microsoft? Got oversold, big bounce. What happened to Apple? Got oversold, big bounce, right? It happens over and over and over. It'll happen every time. So Microsoft, what is next? You can see we actually closed over that 480 range. And if you look at my screen, where is that 50-day? 479.63. So perfectly looking good for more upside. But the only thing that is suspicious here on Microsoft, that we have earnings coming out tomorrow night, and the stock already rallied. I mean, this much. I mean, you can see it's up this much from the lows, over $40 per share. So going into tomorrow, as long as 480 holds, expect more upside, maybe into 490s, possibly even higher after earnings. But if this thing drops below 480, we could be coming right back down to 470, 469, 20-day, and this key support zone right here. And underneath that, we could be going into that 462, where we saw that dip yesterday, again, right about here, guys. And if you caught it, that was also fantastic. You don't have to, get in at absolute bottom, but this was the second chance to get the dip on Microsoft, and now you can see it's up even from here almost $20 a share. On Tesla stock is down 1%. So when Tesla was trading near 500, I was talking about it in my channel that this is not the time to go long. And guess what? My fellow YouTubers, someone came out with a price target of 800 on Tesla. That was his target. And that was pretty much the top. What happened? Fast forward, we came all the way down to where? 417. So almost gave away $100. Now, the same guy putting out another price target, now downgraded 550. And who knows, we might be going to 350 because of that. How Tesla is moving, and especially you can see the Bollinger Band coming down unless we have an earnings from Tesla that is a big surprise, and Elon Musk have something that is really good where Tesla's gonna jump up like 50, $60 tomorrow night. So Tesla, I'm not gonna take too much of your time talking about Tesla because you can see it did not actually get over these moving averages. You got a bearish cross here, 20-day crossing below 50-day. That's not bullish. We have Bollinger Bands are squeezing here. And, when you see these types of moves and that upper Bollinger Band coming down on the stock, guess what? If this thing gives up this lower band right here, 421, we can start stretching to the downside. This Bollinger Band will come down, and slowly you'll see Tesla coming down even more, and possibly will retest these lows and maybe even make a new low. So, like I said, only thing can save Tesla earnings, but I doubt it. To the upside, 442, if we can break and hold that, then we have a shot for a possible move up to 464. That is only if we get good earnings from Tesla tomorrow night. On AMD, it's up 0.29%. So AMD down to 247, just like that. It was trading at 267. We filled the gap. We went lower. And today, what happened? 253 did not hold. The 5-day moving average, we got a doji type of candle. So if this thing wants to continue, I think a reasonable pullback would be down here at 240 to 235. These are going to be key levels to watch. To the upside, now there will be resistance at 253.31. If we can get over that, we could see a push possibly towards 262 and then 267. Over that, that's going to go for new all-time high. On Meta, it's absolutely flat on the day. We came back to where? Well, the support, 664, pretty much exactly. And now we got a bounce off of that and trading at 672. We also have earnings coming out from Meta. That's tomorrow night. That's a big one. So if this thing, comes out with some good earnings, we could see a push, especially over 682 and possibly into this massive gap here at 742 from last earnings. Now, if earnings are not good, we could see a push to the downside. This thing will break 664. Then we have support at 652.93 or let's say 653. Underneath that, down here at 645, 638. I mean, this already had a massive move to the upside. And unfortunately, when I see earnings like even, I got in here at 604 and I was out, I think, after 20 or 25 bucks to the upside. That's all I caught on Meta. But look at the move, it was $80. But why? I cannot take a risk and just stay on this play because earnings coming out, IV is going to be high. The movement on the stock is going to be really choppy. And I don't want to stay here and regret not selling my position. So that's why I was out last week. But look at the move this thing made, guys. From 600 to almost $680 per share almost. We got really close to it. So Meta, these names, when you see a big dip, definitely worth looking at it. And if you know what you're doing, you can catch, at absolute bottom, and then you can ride it back up. On Amazon stock, it's up 2.63%. So Amazon, after this nice pullback into this trend line, what's happening? Well, we broke over 242 and looks like we're heading back up to that 250 range. So that's going to be the next stop. And then the previous all-time highs, 258.6. Now to the downside, 242 would be a retest if we can hold there. If not, we could be pulling back into 236 to 238, 20-day, and the support itself right here. These are going to be key levels to watch. We also have earnings coming out. I think that is next week, next Thursday. So another big earnings coming out next week from Amazon, and so far it's doing, a really nice, move to the upside, and that move can continue with some good earnings from Amazon come next week on Thursday night. On Google, it's like it's a 0.42%, sitting really close to all-time highs. So if we can get over that 341, we could be making new all-time highs. If this thing comes back, we do have support right about 333 and then 328. I think that's where we closed over the weekend, but now it's pushing higher. So watch these levels closely on Google. If this thing breaks out, makes a new all-time high, we could be going even higher on Google stock, and market cap still over $4 trillion on Google. On Nvidia stock, it's up just over 1%. So Nvidia did the job again for us. And I don't know when was the last time I took an Nvidia trade and I actually lost. At least in recent times, I cannot even remember. And yesterday at 180, 186, we took 190 calls today in the money. Another one that we took today was UPS. They had earnings, and Kramer was really bullish on it. At 112, I took 110 puts, and go ahead and check that out today, guys. Over 30% on that play. I put in 50K, came out with another 30% profit on that play. And then yesterday, SLB Silver shorted, put in 100K, came out with 139K with profit. So you guys see a lot of the times posting a lot of plays included in my like these videos, but I'm not including anything today because if you're not serious and you just want to go and work, that's all you do. Stock market is your like a side gig forget about it. I don't work for anybody. I'm not planning to work for anybody. I hope that's how it remains, but I'm not planning to, go back to work or anything anytime soon. I have not worked for anybody for past 8 years. That's all I do. And that's why in my video, you guys will always hear that, guys, this is the plays we took. Now, if you're serious about trading, go ahead and check out that link down in the description for Patreon. And I mean it. And I mean for serious people because these are serious trades. What other trades we took? I can show you a bunch of them right now. Apple. You guys remember I talked about it in my video. We took shares of Apple. Today we sold. We sold CRM shares. We took shares when that thing dropped. And look at what happened in 2 3 days. Came up, I think, like $10. Apple from 243 up to today, what, 262 almost? So I get it. A lot of people, they work. This is not their dream, but people like myself, and there's so many others out there, this is what they want to do. Become an entrepreneur, trade, make money, go to sleep, wake up, and repeat the same thing. Look at the weather right now. It's really shit out there, right? You think it's better to go in the cold, start your car, out bundlers, and you have to go and punch in for somebody else. Is that the life you want? Or you think this is actually better? I wake up, get my breakfast, then my coffee, sit next to my computers, turn them on, and then look at my charts, look at the plays, news, and trade for a couple hours, and then that's it. I don't have to give answers to anybody. And when you do this for years and you do this every day, this is the best thing you can have. Unless you like going back to work, you like punching in, you like to take out trash, you like to do this, that for your boss, that's totally up to you. But if you're really serious and you don't even have the money, I don't care about my membership, don't even pay me. If you're serious and you have money, you can send me proof of fund that you want to do this, but you don't want to pay me. Totally fine, I'm with you. Send it my way. But a lot of the times people watch my video, somebody else's video, and they go and join. But they're not serious. So that person, whether it's me or someone else or whoever that is, they cannot help you. If you're not serious, nobody can help you. So if you're serious, go ahead, check it out, come and join us. You'll see lots of the plays that money will be made. I just mentioned two plays, UPS today, and yesterday was silver. What happened to silver yesterday? We all saw what happened. Gave back everything. And that was a massive play. So Nvidia, guys, you can see this thing getting really squeezed up here. Upper Bollinger Band coming down, lower and going up, and it's sitting right on top of this 186 support. So 186 and 184 key levels to the downside, and then 180, and then the gap on 76. If this thing breaks and gets over 190, we could be going into that 193 to 196. On Broadcom, it's up 2.44%. So we had the breakdown from this bear flag pattern, and now we're back in and retesting bottom of this flag here. You can see, and now that 330 would be a critical support on Broadcom. If that gives up, we could be lending back down to 324 and possibly going into this gap. If this thing does not get over, especially 335, we need to stay over 335 and possibly come back within this range right here for more upside. Otherwise, this thing can go down even more. So Netflix again flat on the day, and there's not much to talk about it. You can see we got a longer wick here on this candle, bottom of this candle. So if this thing gets over that, 85.49 here, to be exact, right here, you can see if we can get over that, which we did today, stay over that level, we see a maybe at that point, possibly into that $90 and maybe even 91.7. But so far, I mean, even with that bounce from earnings after earnings, it does not look strong, and I don't see a big breakout happening anytime soon on Netflix. Again, the keys to put down here, watch out if we come back down from that earnings low down here around 82. That's going to be a crucial support because if it falls below that, we could be going into like $70 range or possibly even lower. But as of right now, you can see low, higher low, another higher low, and this was a higher high, and this is a higher low. So we need to take out top of this candle, which is 87 plus. If that happens, we could see some upside on Netflix in the short term. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.